I'm out at Tom Moran's house on Farwell, and the very large valley oak that is towering over the garage has an area that is a defect in the wood. It's been here for a long time, and currently we have gone up and done a considerable amount of weight reduction on this side of the tree and taken a lot of the end weight off, and at the same time have gone out on this side of the tree and taken much of the weight off on this side as well. We've made this tree considerably safer. My concern, originally I thought we might end up having to take this whole thing off here, and we can still do that, but it's going to leave this left-hand side of the tree sticking out kind of like a sore thumb. So I guess my concern is how to make this tree reasonably safe. Well, I feel like we've taken an awful lot of weight off up here, and there are some defects, and I want to point them out to you and let you be involved in the decision-making process. In all old trees, especially old oak trees, there are generally numerous defects, and as you can see over on the other side of the tree there's a fairly large cavity that has been there for a long time, and ultimately that's going to lead to the demise of the tree. All these weaknesses are going to be leading to the problems of future limb failures. The challenge is, how do we make the branches reasonably safe and take enough weight off of them so that you can keep the tree looking presentable. So here's where we're at now. I'm going to go to the other side of this and take a look at there's a defect on the back side of this that leads into this as well. There's your new roof. A little different vantage point here. Now we're on the back side of this main crotch right here, and you can see we have a defect that does go into the trunk of the tree. This is really a difficult call here. I'm afraid that if we take this all the way off, that may also show that this side of the tree needs to be removed as well. We've taken a considerable amount of weight off. The next step would be all the way down to there, and that would leave just half a tree. You've also got a fairly large decay pocket over here. Not an easy decision just to take lightly. I'm thinking that we might want to stop at this point. I know we've taken enough leverage off so that this side of the tree is considerably safer. A lot of limbs have come off on both sides. So we've taken 3 fairly large cuts up there. One of them was about 20 feet of growth, and then over on this side was another 20 feet of growth. So now I'm deep inside this cavity looking down in here, and it extends in about 10 inches. There is a lot of new tissue that's growing around the sides of this, so there's a lot of active growth in here, but there's also internal decay, and this is always going to be a weakness, but it does extend down over in this area. So I am afraid that if we take this off, that's going to open up so much more of this area over here that it may add to the weakness on this side, whereas right now I believe this is hopefully strong enough. It's really a tough call. I think if this was over a living structure, I would be more worried, but the fact that it's over a garage, which people are not going to be sleeping in, it would be tragic if it did fail. Sometimes I look at the worst case scenario, and I've got to say, did we get enough weight off of this? Jorge was out there bouncing on it, and from when he started till when he stopped at this point, He feels like he's taken enough weight off, and he felt it did get much more rigid. So it's that weakness that you can sense when you're out on the end of a limb. So I think I'm going to have to discuss this one with you guys a little bit more before we go any further. And then finally we have this other weakness that's in the main crotch of the tree. I remember looking at this from the ground saying that you could see right through, but it's not near as bad as I suspected. There's a large area of decay there, but it only seems to penetrate about 6 inches or so across the whole area. Not good, but not as bad as I thought. Okay, here's where we're at. This side of the tree over here, Jorge says he's taken off about 700 pounds of weight from all the branches that we've cut back. That's end weight and the leverage weight. On this side, he made 1, 2, 3 big cuts up there. He said he got between 300 and 400 pounds of weight off of this side. So the most important weight in bringing a branch down is the very end, because that's the leverage that's being exerted on it. So he also indicated that when he was done, he was able to bounce on this side, and it felt much more solid, more secure than before he took the weight off. So it has definitely improved.